Just a quick discussion on the general graph of a tangent function. And all we're going to need is the unit circle, and knowing that the tangent of pi over 4 is equal to 1. And that just gives us a general area to look at. So here we have the unit circle with all students take calculus on the inside. And we have to also remember that on a unit circle, the tangent of the angle, the theta we'll call it this time, is equal to y over x. So as we look at this, we can start over here, and at 0, the tangent of 0 is going to be 0 over 1, which is 0. The tangent of pi over 4 is going to be 1 over 0, which is undefined. And down here it'll be 0 again, and down here it'll be undefined again. So we have these 2 points of undefinedness, one at pi over 2 and the other one at 3 pi over 2. But we also can go backwards. We can come down this way. So we can look at the tangent graph as just being from negative pi over 2 down here all the way up to pi over 2 there. That way we can see a full continuous graph between these 2 points of undefinedness. Now, since they're undefined at these points, they're going to create vertical asymptotes on our graph. Alright, so when we graph this, we're going to start off with, an undefined point, and I'm going to set up like a little table here at negative pi over 2 on the left, and then over here at positive pi over 2, we're going to have another vertical asymptote, and in the middle, we're going to have this 0. And the tangent of 0, of course, is 0. Alright, so if we're going to graph this, I'm just going to plot a few points. We know that the tangent of 0 is 0, so that's going to go there. We know that it has vertical asymptotes at pi over 2. Oops. And negative pi over 2, which is over here. So we know the graph is not going to go beyond these 2 boundaries. Alright, and the rest of it is, I'm just going to plot that one point that we talked about, which was pi over 4. Pi over 4 is between pi over 6 and pi over 3, directly in the middle, and it's going to equal 1. And if we go backwards into negative pi over 4, we can go back to our little picture here. Negative pi over 4 here is here in the 4th quadrant, and the only thing that's positive in the 4th quadrant is cosine. So tangent's going to be negative. So we're going to get negative pi over 4 is going to give us negative 1. And usually what happens with asymptotes, as we approach it this way, it's going to have to shoot up. And as we approach it that way, it's going to shoot down. So we're going to get some kind of curve that looks like, almost like a cubic, except this is bounded on both sides. So we get a graph that looks something like that. Now, obviously it's going to continue on and repeat itself over and over again. And every pi over 2, it's either going to be 0 or it's going to be undefined. So it's also undefined at 3 pi over 2 over here. And it's going to be 0 at pi. So we're going to get a point here at pi. At the pi over 4 point, it's going to go up to 1. At the negative pi over 4 point, it's going to go back down to negative 1. And we just get a repeat of this graph. So the period of a tangent graph is going to be the length that repeats itself. And that would be this length here, which is only pi. So the period of a pi function is going to be pi. It's a little bit different than the sine and cosine, which is 2 pi. And also this thing starts at 0 and goes to the left and goes to the right. Where sine and cosine, we usually start at 0 and just go to the right.